Hello class, we're going to be talking about the trolley problem. This is an infamous hypothetical issue in moral philosophy. And so the learning objective is going to be that we understand the two different moral philosophies that are in conflict in this hypothetical. So it's going to be a very interactive hypothetical because you're going to be making decisions about what you would do in this situation. So let's draw the hypothetical out. What we've got here is a trolley track, okay? A beautiful trolley, obviously. And we've got 5 people who are tied to the track and are going to get hit and killed by the runaway trolley. They're going to die. But there is another track with 1 person on it who is also tied to the track. You are very far away. You're way over here, okay? You can't get to them, but you do have a switch. And so if you pull the lever, the trolley will switch and it will hit the 1 person instead of the 5. Any questions on that? Okay, so who is going to flip the switch and save the 5? You're going to flip the switch and save the 5, okay? Who's going to do nothing and let it kill the 5? Oh, not sure, okay. Okay, so why would you flip the switch and save the 5?
Because saving 5 lives is better than saving 1.
Perfect. That's not a trick question. So that is the logic for the first type of moral philosophy, which is utilitarianism. Okay? So that says that we should do the greatest good for the greatest number of people, I suppose, in this case. And this was kind of pioneered by Jeremy Bentham in the 1700s, English philosopher, okay? And so what utilitarianism says is that the consequences are the most important thing, right? So one example of this might be like K-12 education, okay? Everyone has access to K-12 education, and so we're maximizing that good for everyone. It might not be the highest quality, it might not be individualized or specialized for every single individual, but the idea is that it's the greatest good for the greatest number, and that's what we should do, right? So now we're going to change this hypothetical a little bit. Get rid of these things, okay? You're going to be on the trolley. And in front of you is going to be a very big fella. You could say like sumo wrestler-like, okay? And what is going to happen is you can make the choice that because he's so big, if you were to push him onto the track, the trolley would stop and it wouldn't hit the 5 people. So for the people who said they would flip the switch, what do you think about this situation? Would you still flip the switch? Why is that?
It just feels wrong, like push someone in front of a train. I don't know.
Is the trolley guaranteed to kill him if I push him off?
Yeah.
It would kill him and derail it, right? So it feels wrong. But why is that? What's wrong?
Just the act.
So pushing someone to their death is wrong. That's your intuition here, right? That would be the other philosophy, okay? So deontology is rules-based. We do not push sumo wrestlers onto the tracks to die. And so this is Immanuel Kant, who Chi from The Good Place loves, right? And so he's a German philosopher in the 1800s. And he would say, intentions matter more than consequences. So you can see the conflict here, right? Part of that reasoning is that we can never know what the consequence of an action could be. So let's say we push the sumo wrestler down here. Maybe it hits him, the trolley, and then it skids and then slams on everybody else. Whoops, we didn't know what the the consequence would be. We thought we were doing the right thing. Okay, well, that didn't quite work out. So a deontologist would say, if we stick to our moral code, we might not always get the outcome we like, but it's the most moral action. It's something we can control, is the actions we take, the intentions we have going into a moral, quandary, right? But what this does is it makes deontology very strict. It's rules-based, right? So deontologists think, if lying is wrong, you can never lie. You can never steal. You can never cheat in any context, okay? No matter the consequences, you cannot do that. So a famous example of this, it goes like this. So this is not the trolley problem, but another example goes like this. It's very famous. Let's say that your friend runs into your house and says, there's a murderer after me, I'm gonna hide here. A few minutes later, the murderer comes up to your door and says, hey, is your friend in that house? What would a deontologist do in that situation? Not lie. So a deontologist would say, yeah, my friend's in the house. Is that moral? No. What do you think? Why do you think that's not moral?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Anyone else? Yes?
I guess because the consequence of that is you're essentially, killing your friend.
Killing your friend, right.
I would say it is moral.
But because?
Because you're not lying. You're committed to your moral standard.
Right? So there's two ways to look at it, but another thing, so if we think about not knowing the consequences, let's say you do lie. You lie to protect your friend and say, oh no, my friend's not here, no idea where he is. And the murderer turns around and can see, oh my gosh, your friend slipped out the back door. And they're running away. You thought you were protecting your friend, but once the murderer turned around and saw that your friend was running away, the murderer could come and get your friend. So it seems obvious to us, oh, we would lie to the murderer, we do not want them to find our friend, but we're kind of saying, what deontologists would say is, we really don't know what the consequences of our actions will be, and therefore, we need to have the right intentions in any moral situation. So when it comes to the trolley problem, deontologists would say, we are never going to do any actions that are morally wrong, no matter the consequence. Whereas consequentialists would say, these are 5 people, right? You want to save their lives. So hopefully that helps you guys understand the concept better, the difference between these